Good early AM, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. So, guys, I want to thank you for tuning into the overnight radio show. This is going to be a doozy. I've got two very important PDFs to share with you. And the second PDF, it's going to take us days and days and days to go through. So, we're going to be covering the PDF, or Basel 3 for a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I can't hold this stuff from you. And I think it's beautiful to show you from the handbook. So this is the overnight radio show. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's 3:42 a.m. on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. It is July 2nd, 2021, and this is episode 11 of the overnight radio show. Basel 3, Part 4, Implementation. So this is actually the actual PDF. It's the implementation timeline for the Basel 3 standards, CCP 12 policy perspective, May 31st, 2021. So this is up to date. So when people ask me, how are you so confident? Because I know my shit. I study like you wouldn't fucking believe. And I also make sure to surround myself with like-minded people, and the ones that are the likes of Ken, who know what they're talking about when it comes to the ISO and things alike. So, here we go. The Global Association of Central Counterparty, CCP 12, and this is fascinating stuff, guys, just fascinating. CCP 12 respectfully requests the... Hold on, guys. This is gonna go out. It's early. Gotta hit the joint. So, respectfully request that local regulatory authorities coordinate globally on the implementation timelines of the Basel 3 standards. We also ask counterparty CCPs could continue to be treated as qualifying CCPs, QCCP under their bank and bank-affiliated clearing members, local regulatory regimes, despite any timing gap in the foreign CCP's domestic regulatory regime for the implementation of the Basel 3 standards. In particular, diverging local 3 standards could hinder the ability of banks to continue to be able to treat a foreign CCP as a QCCP. Relative to a CCP adoption of the standardized approach for counterparty credit risk, SA-CCR, for calculating its hypothetical capital requirements, i.e. KCCP, CCP 12, is concerned that possible divergences of local implementation timelines could have unintended knock-on effects on certain bank and bank-affiliated clearing members if they are unable to obtain a hypothetical capital requirement from CCPs that are domiciled in jurisdictions other than their own, i.e. foreign CCPs, in the manner that is required under the prudential regulations for which clearing members are subject. By way of example, a clearing member's prudential regulator may require that a foreign CCP's hypothetical capital requirement be calculated under SA-CCR as implemented by the foreign CCP's home country in a manner consistent with the Basel III Committee's methodology. This approach would appropriately allow a foreign CCP to calculate its KCCP using SA-CCR pursuant to the globally agreed standard and not under methodologies tailored to each jurisdiction regime to which its clearing members are subject. To be deemed as a QCCP in all relevant jurisdictions, however, this still could present potential challenges if local jurisdictions have different implementation timelines for the Basel Committee standards, including the use of SA-CCR by a CCP for calculating its KCCP figure. So this is continuing on what we're doing. Sorry, I just want to make sure this uploaded. Of course not, because it always fucking does this when I'm standing on the outside of my Wi-Fi. That's okay. I'm just going to shut that off. There's no point. I'll just upload it after. So, the Basel Committee's oversight body, the group of central bank governors and heads of supervision, endorsed the Basel III standards, including the use of SA-CCR and the standardized approach for credit risk in December 2017, which included endorsing the implementation date of January 1st, 2022 in March 2020. In March. What the fuck? Yeah, in March 2020, the Basel Committee endorsed deferring the implementation date of certain standards finalized in December 2017 by 1 year to January 1st, 2023. I've discussed this with you guys. This is how I found out about those dates, so it's not bullshit. I have the actual documents and the PDF files to back it up. The chairman of a Basel committee noted that this would free up operational capacity for banks and supervisors as they respond to the economic impact of COVID-19. Unless properly addressed, the timing gap for the implementation of the Basel Committee's standards could result in certain clearing members and their clients facing potentially prohibitive capital changes for their cleared trades and default fund contributions compared to other clearing members of the same CCP due to their applicable local regulatory regime. CCP 12 notes that the highly regulated status and risk management requirements for QCCPs are unchanged during such a possible temporary period. Thus, any unintended knock-on effects on the ability of bank and bank-affiliated clearing members to treat foreign CCPs and QCCPs due to an inconsistency in local implementation. Timelines of certain Basel III standards should be addressed by local regulators and policymakers where necessary. CCP 12 notes that the targeted implementation of January 2017 for the Basel Committee standards on capital requirements for bank exposures to central counterparties, which incorporates the use of SACCR, was not delayed. Governors and heads of supervision announced deferral of Basel III implementation to increase operational capacity of banks and supervisors to respond to COVID-19. HTTP, that's just the bullshit. You can go to the website, and then let's just finish it off right here. It's always a lot to take in, so I suggest you watch this twice, 3 times, maybe even 5. About the CCP 12. CCP 12 is the Global Association for CCPs, representing 37 members who operate more than 60 individual central counterparty CCPs globally across the Americas, EMEA, and the Asia-Pacific region. CCP 12 promotes effective, practical, and appropriate risk management and operational standards for CCPs to ensure the safety and efficiency of the financial markets it represents. CCP 12 leads and assesses global regulatory and industry initiatives that concern CCPs to form consensus views while also actively engaging with regulatory agencies and industry constituents. There we go. Agencies and industry constituents through consultation, responses, forum discussion, and position papers. So, and here's some of the CCP 12 members. So when I say it's big, it's big. ASX. Who are these right here? You got Brazil, Bolsa. I mean, this is all around the world, guys. Look at all these names. I don't even know who half this shit is. It's all across the world. So, that I'm glad we took care of that. I've got that PDF. But even more important than that, we're going to go over this, guys, and if I get enough response in the audience, we're going to be doing Basel III for a while. And, guys, I have the Basel III handbook. That's why I took all the time to go through the Wikipedia. I have the PDF of the Basel III handbook. So I have it step by step, the plan. I came across this a while ago, and I've read through this entire fucking thing, but I would love to go through this one chapter at a time with you guys. So if you guys want to, I will go through this every single night. It'll basically be our overnight radio show with the Basel III. And we will go through this, guys, one page at a time. And it will take us, well, maybe not one page, maybe 2 or 3 pages a night. So we would have like a 20-part series on Basel III. So tell me yes if you want to do an extended Basel III overnight radio show. And you want me to divulge all of this great information that we can go through. And at the end of this, it'll blow your fucking mind. But at least at the end of it, you will understand and be as confident as I am on what's to come. Before we leave, I think it's appropriate to cover the metals market on the overnight radio show during the week. So, and cover not the metals market, but cover what has happened in the day. So let me light this joint because now we can get, a little less serious. So that was a great 10-minute spurt. But if you guys let me know, part 5 will start the Basel III handbook. Just tell me yes, you want to do an extended series. So the Dow Jones was up 131.02 to 34,633, 0.38%. The U.S. dollar currency index continues to go slightly up to 92.566, up 0.04%. Crude oil was at 74.68, up 0.5% roughly. Commerce resource was dead even at 20 cents, but all these might take a shit for a few days. Gold was up $2.99 to $17.79 so far. Platinum's up $7.39 to $1,090 or $1,090.83 per ounce. Silver's up 0.12% to 26.03 an ounce. And so let's get copper's at down 0.21% or $4.22 a pound. So Fortuna Silver Mines is down 1.08%, down to $5.49. These mining stocks continue to retrace. And the more I look at them, the more I think they could fall off just a little bit more now, since they did fail that upper support or upper resistance test. So we could be in some trouble. Barrick Gold's down 0.48% to $20.58, and this could probably fall through $20. B2 Gold's going to retrace under $4. I know it. So I got my dividend payment, and we're going to see what happens. But I am on my Cash App. I am no longer in B2 Gold. I took my dividend payment and ran at $4.22. I was just waiting for my dividend payment. And I'm going to go back in it once it's a little lower. But I got in IDEX, you know, my baby IDEX. And I feel like it can bounce off of here like with a little upward momentum. It may not go far. It may just finish off this cup and handle up here to $2.90, but I've got 1,100 shares now on Cash App, so we'll see what happens. That's the EV company that I tell you guys about, the electric vehicles, and they also do the lawnmowers and a whole bunch of shit. They bought Wave company in Colorado, the Wave charging station. So it's a whole big thing. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's get through this though, so I can let you guys go. We've got Kinross was up 0.16% to $6.36. That's a fluke. Expect these to continue to go down. Yamana Gold's down 0.71% to $4.19. Hecla Mining Company is down 0.40% to $7.41. I told you that PE ratio was out of control. They had to come down. AAU's up 0.32% to just over 50.26. GPL's up or down 1.42%. Continues to get hammered down to 61.60. RDSA Royal Dutch is at the foreign oil is up 2.57% to 41.44. VOD's down 0.58% to $17.03, and IDEX is down 2.11% at $2.78. I got 1,011 shares at $2.72 earlier. I don't know if it's going to be a good trade or not, but we shall see. But this is a long-term project for me that I've had parts of ever since 88 cents, and I didn't relinquish it for almost a year when I finally did. So I want to thank you guys for watching the overnight radio show. I hope that you guys tune in tomorrow night on Saturday morning, 3:42 a.m., Monday through Sunday, unless we have something going on in the market as we did yesterday, where I had to have a release at 3 o'clock in the morning. But until then, guys, stay true, stay blessed, and remember, hashtag be better, do better. If you want to donate, links in the description, or if you're on the fence of subscribing to the channel, I encourage it. Subscribe to the channel and join it for $9.99 a month and become part of Tom's Army. Until next time, guys, I'll see you at 3:42 a.m. Drive safe, get that morning coffee. If you're going to bed, make sure you got everything put away and that you are said your prayers. Stay true, stay blessed.